Good afternoon, everybody, including you. Well, but not your friend. Welcome to a slightly awkward moment if you're watching this, somebody. Welcome to the 2nd of April, 2017. It's time for the news. I'm ill. I'm just getting off that illness. Remember last week I was like, oh, I'm feeling a bit ill. Well, the whole week I've been ill and in bed, and this is the first video I've recorded since that video. So I've done 2 back-to-back news videos. But I'm getting better. I spent the whole week in bed playing Bloodborne. It's been a frustrating week. Anyway, I'm recording this on yesterday. So for you, for me, it wasn't yesterday. Today is today, not yesterday. Tomorrow is yesterday for you. Yes, it's April Fool's Day, so trying to find actual news has been a fucking asshole. But I've got some, so we will talk about that. First thing is that Snake Pass has come out. Remember last time I was saying that there's a game called Snake Pass, and I was like, oh fuck, what's the game footage? Shit, Matt's off doing whatever he does in his free time. Fuck it, I'll play Heat Signature. I'll put some Heat Signature in the background. I haven't played that for a little while, it might have updated. If not, fuck it. Heat Signature is always fun to watch. Snake Pass has come out. Yes. Sorry, I'm on. The paracetamol's fucking kicking in and I'm fucking... Wee. Snake Pass has come out, and I've played a bit of it, and it's absolutely cracking, and I'm very happy. There will be a video on it, but I just thought to give you the heads up if you were waiting to see if it's any good. It's kind of a weird game. It's like an old style in like look and stuff. It's like the N64 PS1 era of platformer, but of course modernly, more shiny, modernly Unreal Engine-y graphics. But it's got a really modern movement system. So the snake that you control, instead of just you push forwards on the analog stick and he fucks off, you have to hold down R2 to make him go forwards, and then the left analog stick points him to where he goes, and he all coils and wraps around everything. If you hold down A, he raises up, and you push, I think it's L2 makes him grip and hold tight. So it's basically, you're trying to move this entire snake's body round through this level stuff. It's really interesting. It's a really interesting sort of way. It's, you know how, like, games try and do interesting movement things, like Quap. And more specifically, not Quap, but the climbing one. Clop. Was that no, that was the horse one. What was the climbing one? Was that a horse one? Fuck it. There was a climbing one that they did that was sort of in that Quap style. It's kind of like that, doing movement in an entirely different way. I suppose Quap's technically doing movement in an entirely different way. But it's actually, instead of doing, oh, wacky, it's actually seriously a well-developed and designed platformer. And I love it. It's great. You should totally get it. That's a great game that came out this week. Anyway, there'll be a video on that later. Something there won't be a fucking video on. It's fucking Fallout Shelter has come out on Steam. Fucking piece of shite that is. Look, I love Fallout 4. I love Fallout 4. I'm now going through all the other Fallouts and having a play of them. I really like Fallout 1, actually. I thought that was I didn't think I'd care for that, but it's vicious bastard and you die all the time, but it's quite fun. But Fallout Shelter is a piece of shit, and I don't know why it's on Steam, apart from, of course, to make money. If you've never played Fallout Shelter, imagine... like the tower game. What's that tower game I played? Jeez, I can't remember the name of it. Project High Rise. And that sort of thing. Sim Tower-esque. You build the rooms, then all your people do all their stuff. But imagine that with no way to lose, no real money or anything to manage, nothing to manage, and lots of wait timers and microtransactions. Yes, it's Fallout themed, but that's literally all it has going for it. In the same way that, imagine a drug dealer wearing a Fallout shirt is Fallout themed. Like, that's it. That's all it's got going for it, is the fact that it's got the nice Fallout art style. So there you go, that's how. I do enjoy it. I've actually had a look at the views. Apparently it's very positive on Steam, because apparently a lot of people are slagging it off going, it's a piece of shit, because they're smart people. But the top positive comment, which very insecure people have upvoted, is magical, and I'd like to read it to you. This game is free. It's a mobile port. It has microtransactions. It's a waiting simulator. It's a single player. Graphics are cartoony. They're all facts. Going well so far. But come on, it's Fallout! Alright, you're already losing me. This is not supposed to be... Jesus. This is not a game you are supposed to rush. It's not a game you're supposed to win. All those negative reviews something-ing about various nonsensical issues are just trash. Apparently... I don't know what the fuck... I don't know what word was... Because it's got the starred out with ing, so... I'm going to guess wanking. Nonsensical issues such as... It's a waiting simulator, it has microtransactions, and it's a mobile port. Yeah, that's not... Yeah, anyway, the game has good humour. It's very relaxing to watch your dwellers do what they do, and frankly, since its release on mobile platforms, it's come a long way with a lot of updates and new features. For a free game, the free is very strongly capitalised, it is absolutely recommendable. That's like the lowest praise you can give something. It's absolutely recommendable. Nothing more than that. Yeah, but buyer beware, I guess. If you're an elitist moron who thinks you have to rush through a game and win, then you probably will not enjoy it. Actually, I like losing in a video game. For me, having the threat of lose is the thing that makes a video game compelling. That's like, yeah, there has to be stakes. There has to be something up your ass to keep you going. Otherwise, what's the fucking point? If you can't win and you can't lose, you can't do anything. That's what this game is. That's what all mobile phone games are. And this one's come over to Steam. I will say that most of the other reviews that are top rated seem to just be go fuck it, which is great. Also, the microtransactions, in case you're wondering, have come onto Steam. There's stuff like you can buy a bundle of 15 pet carriers for £10, or a crate of Nuka-Cola Quantum for £48.99. Now, just as a thing to point out, on Amazon right now, Fallout 4 is £12. So for £12, you can buy Fallout 4, which is the entire Fallout game and a shelter building game in full 3D, which is vastly more complex than this free-to-play piece of shit. Or you can buy, like, one microtransaction in this game. I feel this is an intelligence test more than anything else. Just £12, buy Fallout 4. It's a cracking game. And you have mods and access to hundreds of hours of gameplay. Or you can buy a free-to-play piece of shit. I can buy Project High-Rise, which is the same thing, but actually with a game in it. Although when you get to the end of Project High-Rise, it sort of stalls. Maybe they got an expansion coming out. I think they got like a Vegas expansion or something. I don't remember, but Fallout Shelter is a piece of boring shit. I will say that, because some people are going to go, oh, he just doesn't like it, it's got microtransactions in it. Two things. One, when I played it, yeah, I didn't like it because it had microtransactions in it, but I actually got a save file with like 100 of the lunchboxes in that people were giving around. I was like, oh, I'll see what it's like if you actually spend all the money. Game's still a boring piece of shit. With no win and no lose, you can't accomplish anything. And it doesn't even have small win. Like, a good game is made up of small win, small lose. Like, if you're in a platformer, where you got Mario, there's a hole in the floor, there's a win-lose situation. Do you jump over the hole? Do you fall in the hole? But this game doesn't have any of those things. Like, Death Claws will attack your base, but everything's recurrent. You can't just, like, lose. It just... That's how a game works. Win/lose. I mean, there's other games that do things. I'm playing this week, I'm going to play Everything. That game on PS4 where you play as everything, and that game sure as shit doesn't have a win-lose, and it kind of suffers for it. Really suffers for it. It's really, 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 really fucking shit animation. There's one animation for one set of things that is so terrible it ruins almost the entire game. There'll be a video on that. There'll be a video on Bloodborne. I got so many videos queued up. Right. Let's fuck off with the Fallout Shelter. Go away, Fallout Shelter. I don't care about you. If you like it, though, well done. There's some crayons in the corner. You can't win or lose with those as well. They're safe. Unless you like draw swastikas on your front door, then you probably lose. Oh fuck! Right, so I clicked through the news. This headline is just called "Here's what Lara Croft looks like in the new Tomb Raider movie." So they're making a new Tomb Raider movie, right? You may be aware that many, many years ago there were 2 Tomb Raider movies made, both of which are exceptional. In two very distinct ways. They're exceptional for being incredibly poor and almost unwatchable at this point. If you ever try and watch one of those things, the acting, directing, writing, directing, and acting are all terrible. It stars Angelina Jolie as the incredibly watermelon-concealing Lara Croft. And she kind of fit the role. She was doing this weird fucking fake British accent that really you could hear was fake as shit. But the films are really worth watching because Chris Barry from Red Dwarf plays the butler, and seeing Rimmer wielding a shotgun is literally my favourite thing in a film ever. It's just so perfect on so many levels, and that's the only reason I would ever watch those films again. But I guess he's not going to be in these ones, which would be sad. But anyway, they're remaking it on the new Tomb Raiders I don't give a fuck about. The ones that stole from Uncharted. Because the more survival impaled by a fucking lake spike Tomb Raider, I don't care. The ones I don't care about, but they're kind of really apparently following that story. But I was reading the calling thing, like the synopsis that describes everything and stuff, and they describe Lara Lara Croft, adventurer, as a bike courier, barely making the rent. I didn't even consider Lara Croft the person who knows what rent is. Like, she was born with a fucking platinum spoon in her mouth, and she went, fuck this, I'm gonna go shoot dinosaurs in the face. That's why I love Lara Croft. Lara Croft, like the original Lara Croft, is one of my favourite characters ever, because she has all the money, fame, and everything in the world. She could be just like a schmoozery kind of person, like, oh, I'll go there and marry a footballer, and oh, that's for me, that's the height of everything, you know. Just money, and then make friends who have money, and then go around saying mahogany 2 times every day, and, you know, the sort of posh things that posh people do. But she goes, fuck it, I'm gonna go find old artifacts and shoot things in the face, because she's interested in that. And that's why she's one of my favourite characters in gaming, because she went, who gives, like, I don't care. I'm just going to do this thing because I'm interested. And then they did these reboots where they're like, actually, she was trapped on an island and it made her sad and then she had to kill people. Like, I just kind of assumed that Lara was killing people from birth. Just for fun. Like, you know, she grew up in posh people. They're just like, release the Woolworths employee. And, like, Woolworths employee scats to the ground and then they hunt them down. Maybe that'll be like a bonus bit in the Hunt game. You've got to, like, track down an employee of the store. It won't be Woolworths anymore. They closed down. Thinking about it, that's the paracetamol for me. Although, actually, back when Lara was... It was still there, so that makes sense. Yeah, she used to hunt man for just fun, and then was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go and shoot a giant alien spider egg, or whatever the fuck the end of most of those games were. The end of Lara Croft's games all tended to go a bit fucking weird. Do you remember that? Where they were sort of like starting out normal, you know, going through the jungle shooting monkeys, and then at the end of it, it was like, and now you fight a dragon, or a dinosaur, or that weird alien thing, or... whatever the fuck was the end of Tomb Raider. There's mutants in Antarctica, and you find Area 51 and aliens are real in Tomb Raider 3. All this. They're kind of fucked up, but no, now they're grounded boring adventures of Captain Boring and Boring. And there's a movie coming out. That was a big rant about Tomb Raider, but they ruined one of my favourite characters by trying to make her a strong, independent woman. Like, just take one step back and go, yeah, she's got big tits, but seriously, she was one of the best characters in video gaming because she just did a thing. We didn't need to know tragic backstory. We didn't need to know any of this stuff. Just, she wanted it, so she went and got it. Isn't that everything? Fuck, I will fight you if you don't like Lara Croft. I will physically fight you. But anyway, yeah, it's... I don't care. They're not going to have Angelina Jolie's side boob in it, so what's the fucking point? Oh, that scene is so horrific. If you've not seen the original Tomb Raiders, do give them a go. They are fucking nightmarish. If I'm rightly, she gets a gun and puts a screwdriver in it and shoots somebody with a screwdriver? Does that happen? I remember she gets out of a shower and childhood me got confused. But again, my favourite of that scene is Chris Barry going, that lady must be modest or something. Oh well. I'm so fucking tired. Game! The retailer in the UK. I don't know what the American equivalent is. GameStop or GameStation. One of those is dead, one of those is the American one. Games profits fall after disappointing Christmas sales. Now, this is an interesting thing because back when I was getting into gaming, games stopped really selling PC games. They're like, oh, nobody really buys PC games. And now everybody's buying PC games and they don't have anywhere to sell them because it shifted over to digital. And I feel that avoiding PC games... Like, how hard it got to buy PC games was one of the reasons I stopped buying PC games in-game and started buying them on Steam. Like, because it was, like, the only place to actually get these games. And I feel like that, on a grand scale with lots of people, meant that less people now shop for games in-game. Also, they're always more expensive. And this is the problem, is that games are being outsold by Asda and Sainsbury's and the other big supermarkets. I mean, if a game comes out... A good example of this was... what was it? The Pokemon Gold, Pokemon Heart. What was it? No, not Gold. Fucking hell. What's the new one? Sun and Moon. Fuck Pokemon Sun and Moon in game, full price, 40 quid or whatever. You go to fucking Asda and it's like 25, 30, and they're like, oh, special offer thing, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna buy it there. It's cheaper. It's cheaper a game I only can play 5 minutes before getting bored. Like it's they're being sort of shot out by thing. Also, the other thing about game is that anytime I go into a game now, I go. Where do you keep the games? Because there's pop vinyls down an entire fucking wall, and there's t-shirts and stuff, and in one corner, with fucking cobwebs and shit, there's just like, oh, here's the video games. I feel like they sell game-related things now, instead of just games. But, you know, that's whatever. I suppose physical sales are dying out, so they have to adapt, and they're doing an okay job of it. They make some okay stuff. Just get rid of the fucking pop finals, and maybe I'll go in your fucking store. So do you, Forbidden Planet, you bastards. I fucking hate pop finals, guys. Seriously, there are some things that I hate, like war, poverty, pop finals. That's the three. That's the three. If I could eradicate three things, I go war, poverty, pop finals. Gone. Fuck them, just straight down the line. Just. I know Lego are currently doing their own series of pop vinyl kind of things with their brick heads, but they can go fuck themselves too. I can't stand that style of just, hey, that thing you like, but like faceless and characterless and just slightly deformed with a bigger head. If anything's got a bigger head, didn't we learn this from like the PS1 and PS2 era? Like nobody gives a fuck about big head mode. Like it's never been a thing that's interesting. The only time I've ever cared about big head mode was like Time Split's Future Perfect. We had that gun that made people inflate and then explode. That was the only time I've ever cared about your head getting bigger. Yeah, who gives a fuck about pop vinyls? Only morons. I'm very aware that now my Twitter feed's going to be full of people like, oh, well, am I a moron? With loads of pictures of pop vinyls. I'm like, yeah. I love people that collect them like they're going to be worth money someday. Oh, yeah, just like Beanie Babies. Ooh, that was a bubble popping. Divorces, like with people on the chorus wall separating their pop vinyls out. I want to have... Who's this again? I can't tell. They're all shit. Anyway. Oh, God. Yeah, game too expensive and suffering, but who gives a fuck? So everything's going digital. If they start selling like actual interesting merch for games, that'd be really cool. There's not enough good merch for games. Maybe games should get into the production of cool merch for games. That'd be neat. Anyway, here's a news story that ties into that news story, but it's one I want to talk about. Mass Effect Andromeda physical launch sales down on Mass Effect 3. Well, yes. In the last 5 years, digital sales have fucking exploded. That's not news. That's inevitable. It's like people go, oh, less people are watching Doctor Who. What about with iPlayer and like people are watching the next 7 days? Oh, more people are watching Doctor Who. Oh, okay. They're just not watching it through the old way. It's like, basically, it's like complaining that less people are watching Doctor Who on black and white TVs, therefore Doctor Who is failing. Well, maybe there's just less black and white TVs. You know, in the UK, you have to pay a license fee to have TV. It's like £100 and something a year. And I think it's worth it because we get Robot Wars every 9 months now. So fucking hell yeah, get rid of Robot Wars. Fuck it, I don't need a TV license anymore. But that is actually less if you have a black and white TV. You can actually pay for a black and white TV one that costs less. Which I always find is quite a lovely archaic thing that the BBC still has a setting for poor black and white TVs. I used to have a really nice black and white TV in my house. I also had a TV that was colour, but it took about half an hour to turn on. It had to warm up. It would just show static for like half an hour, and then it would gradually form the picture, and then get more staticky again, then gradually get a picture, and then it would, hey, and click in, and then you can watch TV. That's a true story. It's a fucking old thing. Oh, wonderful. It's like, oh, I'm going to watch TV. Like, it's on in 5 minutes. Well, you're not watching that. Anyway, yeah, I mean, you can go, oh, and Mass Effect Andromeda's shitty, which it might be. I honestly, from the noise that this got, I kind of just went, that's just, I've got too much other things to play right now. I was kind of excited for a little while, and then just fell off. I went, oh, fuck, it can't be asked. But yeah, I just realised it was #1 in the UK charts as well. But it sold less, because they just sell less. So it's one of those news stories that you should just kind of go, of course. If you ever say, oh, it sold less. Oh, did it? Was that physical? Oh, that was just physical. Oh, then that's absolutely what we expect to happen. Nobody gives a fuck. And if they did give a fuck, you couldn't tell because their facial animations are so shit. Hey! I'm tired, let's carry on. Oh god, this is just the most depressing week of news ever. Mad Cats. Remember Matt? My chair remembers Matt. What the fuck is that squeak I've gathered? I never used to squeak. I've been away from the chair too long, it's like now. I've rusted. What the fuck was I saying? I was just trying to find a squeaky chair. Oh god, like I would, if I was playing Just Cause now, the police would pull me over for like skydiving under the influence. Oh fuck it, right. Oh, Mad Cats, you know the Player 2 controllers. If you were the younger brother or sister then you know of Mad Catz, creator of the shit second cheap controllers. They filed for bankruptcy, which is... that news filled me with two things. One, I was like, oh shit, they've been around forever. And then two, I was like, yeah, no, I don't even know. I didn't think they were still around. I thought they died. Apparently they shifted into making more quality gear in later years, but for me they were always the cheap knockoff brand, so I've completely ignored them. Like, that's an important thing about brand identity. But of course, I mean, they can't compete in the cheap thing anymore, because fucking China, am I right, Trump? China just makes stuff for relentlessly, unstoppably cheap that you can't compete with. So the cheap market really... You need like a middling market, the kind of middling market now. Nobody really cares for the middling market. You either get official shit, or you go and buy it as cheap as possible, and there'll be some fucking knockoff thing for £1 that you could buy. And who gives a fuck about Player 2? Because you're not playing with it. It's your younger fucking brother. This was back when games actually let you play together in the same room. One of the things that's fucking me off right now is trying to play Bloodborne co-op. Me and Rebecca are sitting next to each other. You have to do 1,000... have to ring a bell. She has to ring a bell. We have to wait for the servers to think if they know where we are. And then they do this whole thing. And if you die or change, you get kicked out and have to go through the whole fucking process again. But it's really irritating. You're like, oh, I died. See you in 3 minutes. When I come back, it's... the game does a lot of stuff well, as it does a lot of stuff really shitty. But Mad Catz is gone, and I didn't even know that they still existed. Maybe I did. I don't know. But for me, it was just kind of, it was one of those like, well, I see that there. But they really were the only people left making sort of steering wheels and flying sticks, weren't they? Like, the ones that I could afford. I mean, people go, actually, there's the Bamboozle 5000 flight stick. It's only £1 million, and it takes up 17 desks. It's actually a Boeing 747 that you buy. That's probably why Game isn't selling as much, because they've got 3 of those in stock, and they just stick it out the windows. Fuck am I talking about? I don't know. Destiny 2 was announced. That's literally all I have to say. Guardians of the Galaxy was announced, and that's Telltale's game, so I don't care about that either. And we'll end on the news. I know some people really fucking like Telltale's games, but I just find them so fucking dumb shit. I get nothing. Some people are like, oh, you gotta play The Walking Dead, and I'll play the first episode, and I go, well, what? That was it? What the fuck? Then I play another one, I'm like, why are you happy with this? It seems like public opinion on Telltale really peaked around Walking Dead. And it's like, Walking Dead's amazing! And I'm still there like, sore from the fucking Back to the Future game that they made. I'm doing hand animations and making noises, so you know exactly what I'm saying, even though you can't see hand animations. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna Google what Telltale have made. See if I've even paid attention to some of it. Wikipedia, thanks. Games developed. That'll do. Right. Jesus fuck. Jurassic Park the game. Holy shit. What a piece of shite that was. Yeah, Back to the Future the game and Jurassic Park, yeah, that was enough to stop some things. Oh, then they went straight onto The Walking Dead. Wow, that was a hell of a jump. Okay, so they had The Walking Dead, which a lot of people really liked. The Wolf Among Us. Oh, that was like that comic book tie-in thing, wasn't it? Tales from the Borderlands. Yeah, the Borderlands tie-in. I don't know how good that was. Game of Thrones. They made a Game of Thrones game? 2014, huh? Minecraft Story Mode. Oh, that's a piece of shit. Batman, the Telltale series. I heard a lot of bad stuff about that. Another Walking Dead, apparently, and then Guardians of the Galaxy, and then Game of Thrones scene. So yeah, they peaked in that the Wolf Among Us Walking Dead era. They had 2 games, and they're like, oh yeah, people really talk about them now. I guess they just don't give a fuck about them anymore. Anyway, we'll end on some happy news. If this chair squeaks one more time, we'll throw out the fucking window. We're gonna... Oh, it's WrestleMania today, isn't it? Isn't it, or have I missed it? I think it's today. Happy WrestleMania Day. I hope fucking Roman Reigns loses. Either Roman Reigns loses, or my interest does. He's not gonna lose it. He's gonna kick the Undertaker's ass. Oh, fuck it, I'm going to do WrestleMania predictions. I was going to do it with Stephen Larson, but I was ill, so WrestleMania, what is it, 33? I'm going to check the card. Jim Ross reportedly to announce one WrestleMania match? Oh, fuck, that'd be amazing. Oh, Jesus, he had a fucking difficult few weeks, hasn't he? Anyway, right, where's the card? Right, what do we got? Neville versus Austin Aries. Okay. I don't give a shit. I like Neville. I like the Cruiserweights. Fuck it. I like Neville and what they're doing in Neville, so I want Neville to win that. We'll get to the good news in a minute. I'm just, fuck it, go through this. You can see how wrong I am. Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. I don't know who's in that. Baron Corbin will win that. Can't see him listed as any of these other. Oh no, he's in a match. Oh fuck it, Baron Corbin will still win it. Wait, who isn't listed? Maybe somebody will turn up for that. I don't know who's in that one. Has it got a... No, it doesn't say who the thing is. Oh, well, I can't see who's here. I'm just fucking Wikipediaing the shit out of this. Oh, no, there we go. Confirmed Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale participants. Mark Henry. They tend to go for just a big fuck, don't they, in winning this thing. Big Show. Oh, Big Show might win it because it's like his last WrestleMania, isn't it? From what I've heard. Yeah, fuck it. I'll Big Show win that. Big Show or Braun Strowman or Big Show. Unless... I think they've got other matches. We'll work it out as we go. Just some big fuck. I'll go for that one. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. Right. Here's the thing. Bray Wyatt, champion. I want him to win. I think they're going to go Orton. I want Bray to win. I think Orton's going to win. I'll be really annoyed if Orton wins. Unless there's... I don't want shenanigans. Not with the WrestleMania. It's not going to be the main event, though, is it? I hope it's the main event. That better be in the main event. I want a Wyatt win. I want Wyatt standing tall at the end of WrestleMania. Really, I've kind of gone off wrestling recently. You may have noticed. I kind of been like half watching it and like, I need this to be good to bring me back in. Otherwise, I'm going to be off till like SummerSlam. I'll be like, I'll come back later. Orton will win, but I want Bray to win. Goldberg versus Lesnar. Lesnar, absolutely. If Goldberg wins again, it's just shit. Oh, Goldberg's the champion. Oh, fuck. Yeah, Lesnar. It's going to be a short match. Goldberg doesn't look like he can put on an actual match, so I'm going to say Lesnar's going to take this. Because I don't want Goldberg to win. I want Goldberg. I think we're going to have, like, Lesnar... there's got to be something that happens though. Lesnar stops his spear. If Lesnar kicks out, if they have, what I would like to see for a good thing would be start the match. Goldberg spears Lesnar. Goldberg jackhammers Lesnar, but Lesnar kicks out, and then they have a bit of a match, and then Lesnar kicks the shit out of him. Eventually, like if they want to go for a quick match, they can have just Lesnar that does F5, 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 suplex, fuck off. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go Lesnar on that one. The Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. The Undertaker. I want the Undertaker to win, so I'm going to back the Undertaker. Honest to God, Roman Reigns is going to win this, isn't he? But I hate fucking Roman Reigns. I hate him so much. He's such a boring fucking wrestler. He's personality-less. You may notice that the people that I like tend to have personality, or Brock Lesnar. Either personality or I fear them. That's the two things that I like in wrestling. So, Roman Reigns is just such a boring cunt. He really is. I can't stand him. I'm gonna say The Undertaker just because I don't want to betray my love of The Undertaker. He really pulled... I mean, my first ever match... first ever WrestleMania I watched was like WrestleMania 29? I've been watching wrestling for 4 years. Fucking hell. Yeah, I think it was 29, 28, something like that. It was Undertaker versus CM Punk. And I'd not heard of either of those, and their match was what made me a wrestling fan. So that's, I'm Team Undertaker all the way. Seth Rollins versus Triple H. Right here, Seth Rollins is ill as shit. Triple H, that's actually an interesting one, because Seth Rollins is injured and ill as shit, and I see Triple H kicking the shite out of him, and then Seth getting revenge at WrestleMania. I don't mind Triple H winning stuff. I like Triple H a lot. I know people are like, he buries talent and stuff. Yeah, but he's entertaining. It's entertaining, so I don't care. And yeah, we'll go for Triple H on that one. Because I think Seth's too ill to sell. He could beat Triple H. Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles? What the fuck? So I've not actually seen who's in this card yet. Right, AJ Styles is going to win that one. Shane McMahon versus... It's just a singles match. It's actually, it's a big scaffolding and spikes match. Bayley versus Charlotte versus Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. Charlotte wins everything, but she lost last time. Maybe a Bayley win for that one, but I don't care. I like Bailey. I don't care for the others. Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens. Oh, great match. I'm excited for that one. That sounds so ill. I'm so excited for that one, guys. Let's go Kevin Owens on that one. Chris Jericho, what champion is he? United States. Yeah, I can see Kevin Owens winning the championship there. Because that's Kevin Owens' apology for having to lose it at Goldberg. Fucking awful match. John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Marzipan. John Cena's absolutely 100% going to win that one, but I want The Miz to win, so I'm going to say The Miz. Even though, no, John Cena's going to win it, but The Miz will win it. John Cena's going to win it, but I think The Miz will win it. No, I don't think The Miz will win it, but I want The Miz to win it. I like The Miz. Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin. Ugh. For a championship. I was going to say Dean, but for a championship, everyone hates Dean there, apparently. So let's go Baron Corbin for that one. Gallows and Anderson versus Enzo versus Sheamus for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Oh, triple threat ladder match. That sounds fun. Let's go. I literally don't know. I'd like Enzo and Big Cass to have it because I want them to have the belts because I think they deserve them. They've done great work, but I don't think they need the belts. They don't need they are popular no matter fucking what. They don't need that to push themselves higher. A win would be really good for them, but I see them. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go with Enzo. And then there's 6 women having a brawl. Becky. Fuck it. I always bet on Becky. She never wins anything, but she is steampunky. She teased some like wings that she was building with like WWE, like these big fucking like steampunk wing things that I don't think we've seen yet. So if they come out at WrestleMania, fuck yeah. I like me some steampunk. I just like... Steampunk's fucking cool. I don't like steampunk, like, it's got a bad rap for a while, but it's fucking cool. Like, Victoria... It's kind of like... I love, like, modern old technology. It's why Fallout is really popular with all all the big nuclear power, but in 50s technology. That's great. Steampunk is, like, technology. Victorian technology. That's fucking cool. What if Victorian technology went faster? Further. Then you got, like, Horizon Zero Dawn, which is like, what if primitive technology went further? It's good shit. I like stuff like that. Taking on technology. Oh, what if we stopped fucking there and carried on? Who knows? Anyway, that was my WrestleMania 33 predictions. Can't remember what I said, and nobody cares, but we'll, happy that I did it, because I forgot. Just now thinking, oh, I have to stay up really late to watch that. Anyway, the last thing, last little bits. Last bit of happy news. And I'm going to go back to bed and try and tackle the nightmare of fucking menses again. Is We Happy Few. Remember that game that I played that had a really good trailer at E3 and then you play the game and it was a procedurally generated survival piece of shit that was not fun? Well, they've been actually genuinely listening to the community, to the reviewers, to absolutely fucking everyone, and have released a video with a list of updates and things, a lot of changes about how the game's changing. And you know what? Looking really good. It's a really good turnaround. As an argument for never abandon a project, you know, really, really interesting. Like, they've now got different, when you start the game, permadeath is off by default, not on by default. Nice. And you can choose, like, different types of game, so you can play it with all the survival mechanics off, so you just play it as a questing. I mean, you still get health, etc., but you don't have to eat and drink, which is the bit that I fucking hate in fucking every game it's ever in, except San Andreas, because it was funny, because you can get fat. It's the first game that did it. It was the best. It probably wasn't the first game. What was the first genuine game where you had to eat? Like, not for, like, health, but you could eat and it would affect your character. You didn't actually have to eat in San Andreas. You had to then exercise that fat off. That was a fucking strange thing to go for, but I like it. Yeah, no, it looks like they turned the game around. Having all these options and stuff and expanding and changing their generation tool and adding more bits to the generation tool. You know what? I think at some point this game may actually be... interesting enough to have another crack at, and I think this update is going to do a good job of that. Well done to whoever the fuck makes that. Compulsion Games, I think. Well done for if it's not, sorry, but if it, well done for actually not going, fuck this, and abandoning it, and actually following and listening and still doing it the way you want to do it, but also listening to the fans. It's a cracking job. Well done. Anyway, I'm off to go and play Heat Signature for 35 minutes to get footage for this. I will see you when the next video goes up. Well, I won't see you. That would be weird if you were watching my video and I could see you. I'm not CIA, guys. And if I was, I would use that power just to fuck with people. It would be amazing.